before public comment. I'm glad he's here, so that makes my life a little easier. This is the gentleman, Fred Cullen of Green Team Junk Removal, who will be discussing community-wide junk removal event. Okay, but before we get to that, I think we'll probably start with him, but just to let you know that we'll be moving the approval of meeting minutes to the very end of the agenda, just because you don't need to, I mean, if you'd like to stay and listen to us do that, fine, but we just hate to take some of your time. In fact, following the Mr. Junk guy, we will be going to public comment for a few public comments, and I think Phil Stevens is here as one who's registered to do a public comment tonight. So we'll start off with Mr. Cullen from Green Team Junk Removal Community-Wide Event. And I just let you know that we're accommodating him just because of his schedule to have to depart. He's not from the community, and so thank you for your patience with that. Mr. Cullen.
Oh. Hello, guys. Thank you. My name's Fred Cullen, and I'm the CEO of Green Team Junk Removal. And the reason why I'm here tonight is I hold sustainability drives throughout the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for a lot of the communities. We do over 100, this year should be doing around 150 communities in Mass. And what we do is we cluster, say about 5 or 6 towns together. We'll do it at like a local high school, and we offer a recycling service where there are items that are hard to be recycled, and we try to keep it at an affordable rate for the residents to get rid of. So some of the items that we take are cardboard, styrofoam. We do take propane tanks as long as they're empty. We take your standard electronics. We take fire extinguishers. I do take furniture as well. All right. Now there is another component with utility companies on this as well. This one would be National Grid, where if you brought down your dehumidifiers, you bring it down to 2. Okay, you can receive up to a $30 rebate for each dehumidifier. Okay. I held an event similar for the surrounding communities. I'm not sure if Barre was part of it. That was in 2023, and that was out near the Spencer area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we had, I think at that event, it was a smaller event. I think we had about 80 cars show up. Okay, but if you look at the populations of the surrounding towns, it kind of made sense because there's smaller towns, smaller towns that are populated with less populated. For a larger town, if we did, give you guys an example, as we go out to like Western Mass, we've had 1,200 cars show up at Ludlow High School at one point.
Do you accept trucks?
What was that?
Do you accept trucks?
Do I accept trucks? So
No, I don't mean to recycle. I mean you talk about the cars pulling up.
Yes, I've had.
If it's limited to cars, that will make a difference than if you allow people to bring a truck of stuff.
No, I give people the opportunity if they want to have a U-Haul. So the way we do it is we turn around for a town this size and the surrounding communities. I would bring in a 52-foot trailer. Now I'm bringing 2 26-footers and then a 12-footer, or not 16-footer. Okay, that's usually enough bandwidth to handle all the cars that come through, because I've done this enough. I'll be honest with you, when I did it in Plymouth, when I first did this, I didn't track the type of furniture that I should have taken, and it took me 2 days to clear out Plymouth High School. So I learned the hard way, because we had, and that was definitely when the pandemic opened up, so everybody wanted to get rid of their stuff. So what we did was we took a look at the list, and we looked at the certain items that we can turn around and take that will not fill up the trucks or capacity. And I do have on the back end, if I was to need to get an emergency truck, I have the bandwidth to be able to do that. A lot of the positives about this, I take reuse very, very seriously. Like, a lot of people say they do it, but I really, if the stuff can be reused, when it comes back to the shop, we put it aside, and then I work with different charities. A lot of my materials, they have to be sent to recyclers. At the end of every year, I have to go ahead, I have to show the DEP how much did we receive and where did that material go. So I take this very, very seriously. Any questions? Oh, so the event that I would like to do would be November 7th. It would be at your regional high school. I have not determined how many towns I would like to do it for. I do have to talk to National Grid about that as well, because they do have a say in that. person said we could do the whole area. And I looked at the whole area, and the whole area was about 12, 13 towns, and I said, no, we're not doing that. So, I'm probably gonna cluster it into about like 4 or 5 other surrounding towns.
Well, you certainly could cluster them around the high school. There's 5 towns that feed
Yeah.
into the high school.
Well, this one person, they expressed the whole, and I was like, no, bring that in. So, now, it is rain or shine. So if we will be out there even if it does rain. I've been in monsoons and not a car has showed up, but we turn around and we stay true to our word. If there was like, if it was to be like really like a hurricane type of, or one, yes, we will go ahead and probably cancel. And then I would discuss that with the town first, how we want to notify the residents on that. Normally, we've only had 2 cancellations in my 6 years doing it. It was Wakefield, and they usually put the signs up. I don't know if the towns have them that says, "Hey, it's canceled, but this is a new date." But that's, if it was to cancel, I would discuss that with the town first before we even go ahead and cancel it.
Are you actually using the land from the Quabbin Regional School District, right? You asked their permission?
I'm here tonight.
No. We have no jurisdiction over their property.
No, I think I'm here tonight to present the idea to you.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, then I have to get, if I get your okay on it, then I have to go to the school, and then we'll turn around and say, do you have such and such date, and can we use your school? And then, so I have to do the process and the
Okay.
procedures with the board first, then I go to the school board.
Well,
I think it's a special event, probably application too.
Yes, I think in some towns I do,
So-
sometimes I don't.
So you provide the same service as our current dump or recycle center, is that what you do?
There's a possibility that I might, okay?
Oh, okay.
Now, if you take a look at my prices, okay, some towns, there's a couple items that I might be more on, okay? And then, but sometimes I'll be cheaper on some that the town is more on. So you can take away and you can weigh that in. Also, there's other communities around you that don't have access to a transfer station, so we invite them down. I know everyone's not happy with Eversource and National Grid, but we do partner with them, so they do give the rebates out. It is a mass save program, so they have a say of like, they wanna make sure, and I wanna make sure that we get this rebate money back into your hands. So with the rebates, it's a check or a card. I'm not sure how National Grid does it. Some years they'll give like a debit card, some years they'll give a check. All right, you come on down with the dehumidifiers. You don't take anything out of the cars. They'll come to you, they'll take it out, and you fill out the paperwork, and then they'll send the rebates to you. Usually takes, I'm gonna turn around and give you guys the worst end, because I'm not gonna turn around and give you the best end, because I haven't seen it yet. 120 days. So anywhere between 90 and 120. If you get into the 30 and 60, still wait, because I have a lot of people that will call me and say, hey, I haven't gotten it yet. But right now, they're right around like that 90-day, 120 window.
so I would assume that you look at our prices down at the landfill, and you either equal or...
Yeah, so I'll compare them out and see
Okay.
what's going on. My mattress price stays at $50.
What?
For us, it's mattresses. So
Good.
that's one, that's a heavy hitter for certain towns. Like Canton, they charge, their resident get charged $150 per mattress. So they see me at 50 and they're like, we want you. So, it varies with the towns. Tires, styrofoam, cardboard, I'm actually looking to take on cardboard. So to do that as well. Any other questions? Any questions for me?
So you need approval just as a special event. The town doesn't have to do any specific things. You have insurance.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
And
Now, I'll probably want to talk, does this town have a DPW director?
He's right here.
Can't get any closer.
There we go. So I would probably want to touch base with him to see if he would recommend possibly having a police detail at something along this lines, because I know you've probably done your own drive, so you would, or has this town ever done?
Just hazardous waste years ago, like paint collection and that type of stuff. But
Okay.
not products like you've been describing, because we have a transfer station, we can drop most of them
Shouldn't she be
products
part
off
of
and
it?
pay a
Oh,
fee.
yeah,
Yep.
they haven't even
And
asked
some of
I
that.
them
mean,
free,
how can,
even to drop off.
we even?
Gotcha.
I would say
So
go
it's
to
not
the
even
school
our
and let us know.
problem.
So that was one
I think
question.
that's gonna be up to the school if they want you to have a police detail.
Okay, so I'll discuss that with them.
Yeah.
I would suspect that the best situation here is for you to get permission from the school.
Yep.
Because if they say no, then you're gonna have to let us know where you would do this if they say no, maybe you don't have any interest in the community.
Town of Barry's not in control of that.
Oh,
The school, yeah.
I would definitely talk to school. I have no problem doing that.
Well, no,
And if they turn
if
around.
if they're hosting it, yeah, you have something to talk to them about.
Oh, no, I know that. I have
Because
no
at least
problem.
you're in between sporting seasons, I noted that.
Yep.
I doubt very much if our football team will be playing extra games, but I could be wrong, right, Dennis? Could happen. So, I would assume that date would be something they would have to approve. I don't know what's going on at their campus.
Oh, 100%. It always has to go, so every time we do these schools,
Yeah.
you're right, it has to go through school. But I have no problem. I know I had to come here tonight
Oh,
to present it to you, and if you guys were okay with it, then I have to go to the school and then go that direction. So I think it would be from you guys, okay, yes, we are okay with hearing this event out and going forward with it as long as the
now,
school
now,
turns
is
around.
is there
and says
any,
yes.
anything the town gets out of this other than something that the people can get rid of an air conditioner or something without going somewhere else? But there's nothing,
No.
no.
No, because,
So the answer is no. I got it. Okay. No, need not explain. Okay,
Yep.
I'm good. And so,
Oh.
I come with 10 mattresses, I'm in trouble. It's whatever it is, I pay for it. right?
Yes.
Okay. So as long as people understand this isn't free,
no,
this is, okay, that there is a particular, and you would say, these are the items that we would accept.
oh, they're gonna get a postcard.
Okay, and everything's very specific, because my fear is they roll up to the gate and they've got 3 things that you don't take, and the next thing I know, I get the call, how come they won't take this?
No, I don't turn people away.
Don't say
for
that,
the-
because,
No, I'll be honest
He
with you.
just said he's got
I,
insurance.
when it comes to paints, when it comes to any hazardous waste,
They
they get
can't do
turned away.
that.
When they come with brush and trash, they get turned away.
okay.
If there's certain items and I'm looking in the truck and saying to myself, all right, it's 11:30, I still got room.
Okay,
This is how much it's gonna be, even though it's not on the card, this is how much it's gonna be. If you wanna pay to get rid of it, this is how much it's gonna
So I show up with a dining room table. Did you take it?
be. Dining room table, yes, it's not showing the cards.
Okay, it's on the card, so as long as it's on the card.
Reason being, we're trying to get more dining room tables, more bureaus. I don't wanna get too much in depth with it, but I meet with the DEP, and right now, the way it looks is in our transfer stations in the state, a lot of the household hazardous waste is finding its way into the transfer stations, and it's not being diverted the way it's correctly. There's too much in it for them to handle. They don't have the infrastructure to do it. So with my events and what we're trying to bring to the towns, the DEP watches this too. If we're able to get some of that household items out of that waste stream, and we're able to actually focus it on reuse in another avenue, it will actually, hopefully, over time, it's not gonna make a huge dent, but will help maintain, keep some of that stuff out of the landfills.
Any,
It's a bigger picture.
any other questions? How does the board want to take action on this? Would the board prefer to take action on this tonight, or?
Well, I was thinking, you should, fill out a special event permit.
Yeah.
I mean, just like everyone else, we have to.
Yeah,
We should do it that way, because
no,
we have all the insurance, everything. So
Yeah.
you have a date lined up
November
I know November
7th?
7th.
for sure?
That's the day we want to
All
do
right,
it.
well, then
Well,
maybe
well,
we
you
should,
haven't talked with the school yet.
I have to talk to the school.
That's first.
right.
School's
Yeah.
first.
So
Thank
we
you.
should do, just
Special
have them
permit
fill out a
second.
special event permit,
Yeah,
and just like everyone else, and then we can approve on
Yeah.
it.
Right.
so get your approval from the school first, and then you can email Sandy, and she can give you the special permit
Awesome.
application.
And we're done, and we're good.
Great,
Yes.
thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you. Sorry to make you drive all the way out here.
No, don't worry about it. It's part of the job. I'll catch you later.
Okay, we're going to move now to public comment, and I'm going to recognize Phil Stevens, who's asked to give us some comments today. I think we're going to talk about water throughout the meeting, but he has some comments before
Well,
we
this is
start.
kind of non-related, but I'm really concerned with all of the cool things that Barry has lost over the years.
Mhm.
and Stone Cow Brewery and Karen Stevens Farm would like to make an attempt at trying to open up Miller's Beach.
Huh.
I had Miller's Beach tested 1st of August. The test came back really good. It was swimmable, there were no heavy metals. It was awesome. Why is this
Really?
beach closed? I would like to donate a load of sand that we would pay. I would pay for water testing. That's not for this year, season's over, but for next year, I would love to get that opened back up for public swimming.
I think we'd have to work on the beach area too.
It needs some sand, I mean.
Well, it needs quite a few things. I mean, because when you get to it and you have to follow various rules and regulations for a swimming area for the town, there's a lot more detail than I like to have to admit, but there's a lot of things we have to do. My guess is there's a reason it was closed, and I don't know what that is.
Well, the town,
You would know that, right?
There
Yeah.
was seagulls crapping in there from the dump and dump
Oh.
issues, but that
Gotcha.
should all be sealed, and if that thing's leaking into there, somebody should go to jail or it should get fixed.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
thought there was
here.
I thought there was mercury in that.
Well,
mercury in the fish.
Yeah.
Definitely mercury in the fish, because I was involved when I was in the Board of Health going out catching fish actually to be tested for mercury way back when.
But they're drinking the water 100 yards up the river, and then you can't swim in it here, so.
Now, I'm not saying you can't swim. The only reason it's posted, and I asked Andrea upstairs recently why it's posted for no swimming is because the town does not test it. And there are parameters for testing a public water bathing facility. It might be monthly, it might be bi-weekly, I'm not sure, Phil, but it's costly. And the town, and the Board of Health didn't have that in the budget. So it was easier way back when to just post it no swimming because they can't prove that the water is good.
It's been a long time closed.
It might be weekly.
I think it's
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, let's bring
but-
something back, and I'd be willing to help out with that. Phillipston has one, Hubbardston has one, and why can't we get Miller's Beach back? Let's look into it, see what we gotta do for next year, and I'd like to contribute and help getting that going, and we have 8 months to do it, 10 months to do it.
That's a
Thank you.
wonderful offer, Phil.
Yes.
Wonderful
Yeah.
offer.
Great.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. We'll help you out with that too. Yeah.
We'll put this on as an agenda item
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a later meeting.
Because, I mean, it
Actually
used to be
discuss
a
it.
Yeah, we
very,
do want the
very
Board of Health members to weigh in
important
on
part
that.
of the community.
I can see
Years
somebody
ago.
with a food truck there and just a lot of
Yeah.
community stuff. We already have picnic tables and barbecues, and I just went by the other day and the police, there was a kid waiting out there with his mom, and the police were there saying, no, you can't go in the water, and I'm like, really?
Well, unless the water's safe, but and then we have to decide whether we provide, lifeguard.
No lifeguards, none of the other towns have.
I don't
Yeah,
know, I don't
you
know
just-
about the other towns.
You just have to do the water test, and whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, and it has to get submitted to DEP, it goes on the list, because I deal with this in other towns where I have a public health hat. And the Boards of Health gets a copy,
Yep.
DEP gets a copy of that water test, and anytime something goes wrong, it gets posted, no swim until it gets corrected. And so it's a process
Yeah, yeah.
in the state of
Well,
Massachusetts, but
what about
it's,
when they pretty much drain away most of the
That
other?
doesn't affect that, that's the upper section.
yeah, and the water's still flowing, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's before
Yeah.
the intake. that
Yeah.
goes on.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks,
yeah,
Phil.
Good.
Thanks, Phil.
thank you.
Okay, moving along, we are going to, if there are any other public comment? Sam?
It was suggested earlier that I wait to public comment to say that, from what I'm hearing and seeing and observing on West Street, the DEP is doing one hell of a job with our water protection. And the signs go up at the common and everybody knows the difficulty. And it gets done and no fuss, no muss.
Well, I don't know about no fuss, no muss. From their perspective,
No.
it's been a lot of fuss.
No fuss, no muss from the perspective of the citizens.
Yeah.
And the citizens are probably very appreciative. The aroma of the waters has some little chlorine in it, but
Mhm.
we can deal with that. And
Mhm.
I've lived in Worcester, the water in Worcester has chlorine anyway, so
Mhm.
we're used to it. But they're doing a hell of a job. Thank you, guys.
Sam, I just want to clarify, you said the DP, you meant the DPW, correct?
DPW.
Thank you, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant that.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
Thanks, Sam.
we're gonna move now to reports under the select board, and we're going to go to the update on the present and future water system issues that we've got going. And this would be just informative to try to say where we've been, what's going on, what we anticipate's happening in the next week. It's been a very difficult week, certainly for the people here. I think, I don't even wanna guess how many hours you've all worked. I'm serious, it's, dawn till dusk, and then sometimes nighttime too. And so we really appreciate what's been happening. And I know we have some information about the testing and some of the well fixing and, the cleaning that's been going on in the last week. So, Tim, I don't know if you'll start or Dave will start, but this is Mr. Dave Craven, who's our head water guy.
So, well cleaning was finished today. The pump and motor will be installed tomorrow. We'll have to pump it some just to test it. Hopefully Wednesday morning, I'll take a bacteria sample out of the well to make sure everything's still safe. And Thursday morning, we should be able to put it back online. To date, as of Saturday, just for an informational, we've trucked 620,000 gallons of water from Templeton and 69,000 gallons of water that came from Connecticut, where the trucking company is. It's tested daily. We test the water immediately as soon as it comes here, goes to lab, and they test for bacteria. So it's safe water that we are drinking. So we're on the downhill side. It ended up, the pump in the well was bad, but Barre had already purchased one, so they had it on the shelf, and we were able to, we didn't have to wait 3 to 4 weeks for anyone to come in. And they rebuilt everything in it, and so.
Dave, are you of the mind that we were unable to pump sufficient water to the community?
Yes.
Okay, and so is this fix, which is from potentially temporary, that we cleaned up the stuff that was clogging up the pump and so forth, and so how is it different? What were we able to pump pre the fix and post the fix?
So before the cleaning started, the well was only pumping at about 70 gallons a minute. When they tested it today, after the cleaning, which they'll also be camera in the screen tomorrow, we were pumping, he estimated over 200 gallons a minute today. And the drawdown, when we were pumping the water with the well on, we were pumping about 115 gallons of water, and it was bringing the well down to below 33 feet, because that's as far as I could bring my tape measure. Today at 200 gallons a minute, it was only bringing it down to 25 feet, and the bottom of the pump's at 35. So we still have 10 feet over the water over the pump.
Now, even though that sounds very good to you all, it cost us a lot of money to get there.
Yes.
Number two, we know that well is not sufficient, even with well 3, to do the job of the community for any extended period of time. So we are about, and have been working on putting together all of the paperwork and stuff that's needed by the Department of Environmental Protection to look for a new well. And I will leave the experts to discuss looking for a new well, because I thought it was kind of simple. It's not. So $50,000 just to look one time.
At least. Can I just say one thing? You
Yes.
mentioned that we already had a pump on the shelf. That pump was reserved for well 3. We are using it for well 2, so we are buying a new backup pump to have in case we need it. So there's money that's gonna be spent on a pump. We're just lucky we don't have to wait for one.
So the pump inside the well is a turbine pump, and they have to build them to match your system. Luckily, both our wells use the same pump, so like Melanie said, we are gonna replace it, so it usually takes a good minimum 4 weeks to build them and have them on the shelf. We can't go 4 weeks without a well online, so we are gonna make sure we have another one ready to go if we need it.
What does a pump cost? Just,
The cost of the pump is $15,000.
is that all? Okay. We do have 3 wells in the community, and I don't know if you want to just talk about, we have well 1, which we do not use and has been offline for numbers of years. We use well 2 primarily for what I call the northern part of the town, and we use well 3 for down in the lower southern part of the town. So understanding that, well 1 is, we can't drink it because,
Correct. Well one in 2016 was taken offline because it's high iron and manganese. And so DEP, without a treatment facility, we were told we couldn't use that well.
At that time, all 3 were in service, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
That time, all 3. And what they used to do is well 1 and well 2 used to run separate. So when the tank filled, one of them would run. When it filled, it would shut off, and then the next time the other one would run. So you actually give a well a rest every once in a while.
so now to look for wells, we've had an engineering firm working to tell the town how to go about looking for a well, which has taken them an inordinate amount of time. How we ever got to the moon is questionable in my mind. But they have given us a couple areas where they think, try there, try here. And so that's how, yeah, try here. So I guess there's gonna be a try here, which is
Well,
going to.
There was a good study done.
Which
Yes.
is going to be up by the old, not the old reservoir of, okay, that sometime you and I talk about this, but the reservoir that's located on Pleasant Street as you go up. Okay, you're about 3/4 of the way up, and that's the way the old reservoir is. We call it the old reservoir. Other people call another one the old reservoir. But that's where one of the tanks is, which is Sanderson Tank. You probably can't even see it from the road, but that is one of the very few places where there's a contiguous amount of land that would allow, without land taking, another well, because you need 400 feet on every side?
About 12 acres.
Yeah, so that's where there's 12 acres of town-owned land, which makes things a little easier, and you're close to, obviously, the Sanderson Road pump. But it's $50,000 to see if it might work. And then it is how much to put in a well, several $1 million, I think.
So the engineering firm has estimated the cost of putting a well up there at $4.6 million. Due to the fact that from where the well would be to where we gotta send the water to, it's a long distance of time, so there's a lot of piping to put in the ground and whatever.
And so is there any other places that they have indicated might be a possibility? Any other locations?
There's another site down near the South Barre well that we could put one in, but that would help South Barre area, not this section. Some point we need to put one there too, so it just helps, so in the cleaning, you don't have to truck the water in, you have another well to supply the water while you're doing your cleaning. That should be done every 2 to 3 years.
So just to let you know that while you've done Herculean work, there's no question about it, and how you did it, I will live in wonder forever. No, I mean, you just have no idea how stressful that situation was, not only for these people who are responsible for it, and I mean, the 3 people who sit here, we felt very responsible for this, regardless of the fact that it was Mother Nature somewhat. But at any rate, we understand that there is a lot of money that was expended. I think you gave us somewhere around, what was the total?
Close to 200.
About $200,000 just to
191.
go from where we were to where we are now. And we have been in touch with our senators and representatives, and I know we've talked with people at the state level, and so there are grants and so forth around that we can have some access to, but it is going to burden. Melanie?
Well, it's applying for them and hoping that you get
Yeah.
chosen, because
Yeah.
grants are very competitive right now, especially environmental, drinking water, all of those. We do have a swirling vortex of grants and possibilities and loans that we're trying to work through currently. And right now, our plan is for this, around $200,000, is to take out a short-term note. I've applied for, well, I'm trying like heck to apply for a federal grant, but their website is awful. That will hopefully cover this. It's a reimbursable grant, up to $1 million. So we can tie this into it, and then some other things that would go for this whole water project. So we have that grant, we have an MTTA grant, that I'm trying to get for the water, for 2 water site testings. That would be $147,000, I'm going for that one, and then we met with the USDA last week as well about a loan for the actual well. So there's a lot going on all at once, and we're trying to find funding, as best we can for all of this. That's not going to
Now,
impact the
of
water
course,
users.
the water people who utilize the water, who get water, they pay a bill. And there is some money in the enterprise accounts, okay? However, there's not enough money in the enterprise accounts to look for and end up, creating a new well. So the grant opportunities that Melanie is going to spend an inordinate amount of time trying to get a hold of are really very critical to us. Senator Durant has been helpful. They came to our public little meeting the other night to explain, they're working on it and on our behalf as well, no pun intended. And again, Dave and Tim, amazing amount of work, and I sleep nights because they do such good work. I'm serious,
They've been working 7 days a week,
24 hours a day sometimes.
making sure that we have water. And
Mr. Flick?
I watched the last public meeting. Very, very, very informative, but only informative to those who get on YouTube and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't find anything, except for the one time Richard got on and explained about the water system. So I think there's an opportunity to improve the communication
Mhm.
level. For example, my understanding was that we knew about a problem, weren't doing anything, and then we had to do something. Whereas, because I listened in on the meeting, I found out you knew about the problem long ago, and you had plans in place that had to be accelerated because
Mhm.
of of what happened.
Mhm.
That's right.
But we do not do a good job of informing our citizens as to what the facts are.
Mhm.
We want them to come and watch this video to find everything out. When in the Barre Gazette, week after week, we start out with nothing from Barre. We don't have our select board meeting notes in there. I'm just thinking that people are allowed to have their false impressions, because there's no information being shared out. So I'm just saying, I think the select board and the town in general has an opportunity to get ahead of issues, in particular at this level. This is pervasive. Every citizen that's on city water is feeling that in some way.
Mhm.
Because everyone is doing great work. Everyone's doing great work, and it totally annoys me that people don't know the work that you all do for the money that you all get. And no one would step up and say, hey, I'll do that job. No, but they'll bitch about it.
Mhm.
And the thing is I think if there's more proactive communication, I love the supporters. See, when DPW gets hit, other people come in and go, that's nonsense, and you'll start seeing the positive comments, right? And so I'm glad for for those advocates. But I think if this board at this level is more proactive in terms of communicating out, in particular issues of this level, that citizens will be a lot more informed and therefore a lot more calm.
Criticism here heard and taken. The only thing I will tell you is the Barre Gazette is a difficult thing to use. We've been on our website, the town website, nobody, I guess, goes there for any reason, but we had put stuff on there as well. But I would just say to you, because they're only a weekly paper,
Right.
I have to be omniscient and say, I think we're gonna have a well problem this week. So I'm 2 weeks behind if I just use that vehicle. Not that no, we couldn't do that sometimes,
Right.
but if it happens on, late on a Monday or a Tuesday, I have no option. I can't go to the Barre Gazette. And the Worcester Telegram is not particularly helpful because it doesn't sell a whole lot of papers, but
There's a
certainly.
couple of online forums that would get you there
Yeah.
the day that you want it.
Which is what we need to do.
Right.
It has to be, and I will tell you, there's not a lot of people who get either the Gazette or the Barre Gazette. They go on and they get their news from other places, and maybe from we should have a town website. I guess we do, but nobody uses it, or we don't use it much. So maybe that's our issue, but the Barre Gazette, I wish was like a daily, because oftentimes CNA and I say, okay, we can get this in Barre Gazette. She says, too late. By the time you get it, it's already made the decision and we're moving on. So well taken. We know that that's an issue for us, for sure.
Maybe there would be a way to put emergency notices like this, right when you go to town of Barre, it could be right there, because it's really hard to search that.
Interesting you say that, because we have to update our website for ADA compliance. So Sandy and I just chose 2 websites that we're gonna merge together, and one of them does have the banner at the top
That would be really
that you
helpful.
can put up information
People
on.
don't look at
Yeah.
that because it's just.
It's hard to find, it's an awful website, it's an awful website.
Well, it's been in
Yeah.
use for like 20 years, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been upgraded since it started.
There's gonna be a shift, David, also there's gonna be a shift in governance here, because the DPW was voted to be disbanded at town meeting, and the legislature is actively working on that as we speak. So after the DPW is disbanded, there won't be 3 elected water commissioners overseeing the water department, there won't be 3 sewer commissioners
Right.
overseeing the sewer department, who meet individually, keep their own minutes, don't record their meetings on video.
Right.
So that new form of government is gonna be here.
That may or may not be a plus. but-
It'll be
So-
much more cohesive though.
So,
Okay,
I
it's gonna
think-
be much more cohesive.
Yeah.
The buck will stop here, put it that way.
Well, it does anyway.
It
So-
does anyway, but
Well,
I
we
just
elect
think-
those people, you
Right.
elect those people to serve you as water commissioners or sewer commissioners, they have an elected position.
They failed.
Well, they certainly have been, helpful and accommodating as we've
But
worked through
I'm
this.
not here to disparage anything they've done, because they're all trying to do the right thing, and they've all worked with us as a team to work through this whole thing, and I'd be a fool to say that they haven't been. They're working very hard with each one of us today.
So, Dave, you have
So-
any other comments?
Well, I was just gonna give a little history on the well. So I started a year and a half ago here. I immediately told the town that we needed a new well. Back in October is when we started with the engineering firm to start looking into it. We did notice, I believe in March, we had the issue with the well slowing down. With the municipality, it takes a procurement process, you have to get prices. By the time we got our prices to be able to hire a firm to do the cleaning, it was May, and you don't wanna be shut.
Right.
This isn't the time of year, cause your water usage is higher. So that's why we didn't get right to it, is because the pricing didn't come in time. And then, of course, we tried a quick 1-day cleaning that didn't work. So that's the only reason why we didn't do it sooner, is due to the fact we had to get our prices first and.
Dave, I think that's
Yep.
great information.
So-
And I'm almost
Yeah.
speaking for me personally, I have a good sense of the work that this team does, right? And confidence in this team. And I want everyone else to have that same confidence, that I come to these meetings or I watch the videos.
Mm.
And my sense is that information needs to go where people are,
Mm-hmm.
not expecting people to come and find information where it is.
Agreed.
No, it's a good
Okay.
point, very
Right.
good point, thank you.
Yeah, and I can assure you that we have a good DPW. I have
Oh.
great employees right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Everybody works hard. We have great support sitting right here.
yeah.
This is where it starts. We can do everything in the world the best, but if we don't have the support from the top, the whole system doesn't
Yeah,
work.
I've watched it from when you came on, Tim, and
Yep.
that wasn't easy for you, that wasn't easy for the select board, but we're in a good rhythm now, and I just want to get people the information that allows them to understand. Eyes are open and people are working their asses off for them. So
Mhm.
don't focus on what they don't have, try and focus a little bit on what they do.
Mm, mhm.
Well, many thanks for that, and again, thank you to the Water Commission and the DPW department for the work that they've done, because you made us look good, and we
It's
didn't
been
do hardly
great.
anything except worry.
Great team effort for many
Yep.
days now,
Yep.
and hopefully Thursday, we'll be back on that well.
Yeah.
But with that being said, well 3 is gonna need some work. So we get well 2 operating fine, and well 3 we can't ignore.
No.
And so you shut well 3 down, well 2 can't supply the town. So we've got some serious issues that we have to continue to deal with here every single day.
One last item is optics. So I heard today, have you been by where they're putting the water in? Have you seen there are 4 people sitting around and 1 person standing up? You know, once again, this is, everyone, it's about optics. It's for those people who don't work for the town. You know, the 1 person standing does, but no one driving by knows that.
Correct. You got truck drivers.
We have a lot of visitors that stop there.
So I read it, and I don't even remember where I read it, that the local residents are bringing out drink and food.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Oh, they've been
you know,
fantastic.
yeah, been
Well,
great.
we made that
Fantastic.
very clear in our meeting last Tuesday evening, because obviously because there's a lot of stuff going on right in their front yard,
Right.
literally,
The noise,
and noise.
pumps running.
And let me just say, there's somebody who drives the truck. There's somebody who has to be responsible for adhering. I know this sounds silly. All of this water that's coming out of this, I don't know, gazillion gallon stainless steel thing that's costing us $450 an hour. Somebody has to be managing that, and then somebody has to be making sure all the pumps and everything are going the right time frame when that water starts coming. So there needs to be 3 people at least standing there doing stuff that nobody can see that they're doing. And then the selectmen are down visiting and somebody else is stopping with a pizza. I mean, I've been,
Sam's
Darren,
Residents.
sees it.
Oh.
Bear in mind, we have people that are donating their time, be there all day.
Yes.
yeah,
So that's something that,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
We're all-
are helping out.
We've all taken our turns, either just
Yeah.
running the pump for hours or taking a trip to the lab with water sample testing. And there's been a lot of great
Water
community
commissioners
support
included.
and volunteers within the community that have stepped up to
And
volunteer to help.
yep.
So
great
these,
information.
so these
Share it.
two,
For our high pay.
yeah, so these two can do other things that they need to do in the course of the day.
We're still gonna operate in town.
Yeah,
The,
I'm a supporter.
Yep.
the,
Just
well,
wanna-
yes, I have commented on that myself. I'm going, wow, look at all the help we got here. You know, we have so many visitors, but it looks like, you know, then it's all, the truck gets there, we do the test, you know, the pump, then we take the pump off from the tanks, and do the water testing, so you're only busy every 25 minutes.
Right.
So, yes, you sit down in the chair and,
Yeah.
Wait for the next truck.
Problem is, we can't leave the scene because you gotta be there when the truck gets there, so. We do keep 2 guys on the scene, because if somebody has to break away for a second, but usually it's 2 guys that are ours.
Yeah.
Hopefully Joy can get she does, she puts a link to these videos on. This is what people need to hear. Exactly
Yeah.
what you say.
yeah, like I said, a lot of visitors stop.
Okay.
But they're also learning, you're right to being
Yeah.
educated. When
Correct.
people stop up and ask
Yep.
questions,
Ask
they're
questions.
being educated, so.
I'm sure the citizens are appreciative when they turn their faucet on.
Well, I would guarantee you that there's some people who don't even know this happened.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
That's what you want.
And that's a good thing,
And
Well,
then, and,
unless they might notice a different aroma.
perhaps.
and then there's the others.
Well, I don't know who the others were. I try to,
It's a small group.
I try not to pay attention to.
Well, I think the only thing that I would certainly agree with Mr. Flick is that we need to get out more information. We have much good news to say. And sometimes, you know, we thought the Tuesday night meeting was going to be really with lots of people. We even contemplated moving it to a larger venue. Well, there wasn't even, maybe same amount that's there here tonight. I mean, there wasn't a lot of people, which is a good thing. Because apathy's a wonderful thing, a dangerous thing. It all depends which side of the table you're sitting on. Because we're sitting here ready, we're ready. And then, people came and it was very rational, and certainly we had great support from the DPW and water folks, and it was certainly a different kind of meeting than we had anticipated. But I see people on the street, they go, oh, what part of town's got the water problem? And I go, oh, I said, well, no one right now. I said, we're really fortunate, we got everything under control. But we have some money we've got to get, some of it can come from enterprise, but a lot of it's gonna come from grants and hard work by Melanie. She's not looking forward to this. This is a lot of additional work. And a lot of additional work that may or may not pan out. You know, going for a grant is not a sure thing. And then 12 months from now, the water's on and da-da-da-da, and all of a sudden people say, way to take a loan for $200,000 and now we gotta pay it back, right? So I know what's coming.
But that's part of, I think, what he was addressing is people don't really know what's
Yeah.
going on.
Get ahead of it.
Yeah, get ahead, okay, I'm gonna get ahead
I
of it.
suppose might be a good idea to have one of those signs.
Oh, you and your signs.
Instead of saying emergency, maybe you ought to say emergency, but we have it well in hand.
No pun intended
Controlled
again.
emergency.
Okay. All right, well, thanks very much, DPW and water people, for what you've done and what you continue to do, and hopefully everything will go according to plan on the next, 48 hours? Critical, putting it on and letting it rip. Okay.
That was a quicker fix than I would have thought.
Well, here's
The
our,
lucky thing is, everything they needed to put,
it
to
worked.
replace was on the shelf.
That's huge.
Cause I had in my mind what's gonna happen if I gotta wait 3 weeks.
No, that would not be
And
fun.
that's what's important about, Dave and I, like I said, we've been working on this, we're very prepared for, we weren't looking for that day that it shut down, but it happened. And Dave's work, and our work in the DPW, everything was in place. We had made the right phone calls, we had the problem on Wednesday, Thursday morning, we were hauling water to the system. So the plan, that's why you have an emergency response plan. We were very, very prepared to when this happened.
Did you have someone you wanted me to go to next?
Are we,
I think we're done.
I do wanna say that, I'm very impressed with the DPW and with the water department as well. They had everything completely under control, did what they needed to do, and got the work done, and it's very impressive. And thank both of you, and and everybody in your department.
Thank you.
And they actually took down
Great.
some trees and stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, did you say there was someone else that you wanted to move
Are you
forward?
Nancy? Yes, so Nancy Clark from
Spectrum.
Spectrum, regarding In Focus, Massachusetts, if we can move her up as well. I don't know where you're from, Nancy, but I'm sure it's not Barre.
Actually, my husband grew up here. I don't live here now. My husband grew up here. My husband is Colin Carroll. He was Quabbin Regional Class of '96. He grew up on Dana Road, and we don't live here now, but maybe we'll live here in the future. But before we get to all of that, I'm Nancy Clark. I'm the Director of Government Affairs with Spectrum. As Melanie said, Melanie, it's nice to see you in person. We've had lots of email communication back and forth. And before I get to In Focus Massachusetts, I do just want to say that I am the town's resource. Anyone here, a member of the Selectboard, a member of the attendees tonight, if anyone has any issues with their Spectrum service, their bill, a senior citizen that needs their bill lowered, I am your contact. Melanie has all of my information. You should reach out to me. I have access to an escalated customer service team that can take care of these problems. Do not call customer service. Come to me. I'm happy to help you.
Is this a new position?
No, it was vacant for a little while. I've been in this role for coming up on 2 years, but it's a service that our government affairs representatives offer to every town all over the United States. I don't think it's well known, but that's why I wanted to open with it, to let you know that if
Great,
you
thank you.
need help, you should reach out to me.
Okay.
But the reason I'm here tonight is In Focus Massachusetts. It's a public affairs show that runs every Sunday morning on Spectrum News 1. And I reach out to all of the towns where we serve and give towns an opportunity to come onto the show. It's a bit of an opportunity to talk about all the great things that are happening here.
Go, Dave.
Yeah.
And really an opportunity for you to sell yourselves from an economic development standpoint. I know that you all have a lot of new and growing businesses in town. You have a great recreational resource in the Quabbin Reservoir. There's a lot of history here. I could go on and give you all the reasons that you already know that you could talk about on the show. But I do have an opening for a filming slot at the end of September that we can be absolutely flexible on to meet the town's needs for scheduling. The show would air the second Sunday in October, and then it would run again for the following 3 Sundays at the 10 a.m. time slot.
How long is the segment?
So so the show is 30 minutes in length. It runs, it's broken up into 3 segments. We typically like to have 3 guests come on the show.
3 guests from different places.
Well, you know, it could be the three members of the Board of Selectmen. It could be one of you all. It could be a member of the Historical Society. It could be somebody that, you know, runs the rec department. I mean, it really, the sky's the limit and the world is your oyster in terms of, you know,
So
creating
we
a show
could
that
have
makes sense for
3
you.
3 people for 10 minutes, or 1 person
Yeah,
for
so
10 minutes,
3
or 3 people for 30 minutes.
3 minutes, 3 people for eight broken up into 8-minute segments. This with some breaks in between the segments. I did share with Melanie some previous shows that have run recently in Worcester, and East Longmeadow, I think, and we had the show that just aired last week was with the Worcester mayor. So there is another show I could send you for an example, but that one is just with 1 guest because that's just with the Worcester mayor. So that East Longmeadow show is a great example because we had, you know, a representative from the town hall, a representative from the senior center. We had a Massachusetts state representative as one of the guests. So I am happy to work with you all on crafting the subjects that you might want to talk about for the show. I can arrange a pre-call with our Spectrum News team so they can sort of walk you through, you know, what a taping would look like. And, you know, they're happy to take the brainstorming and then they do research to, you know, basically put together a show for you. So it's just very easy. It's a Q&A type setup. We can come here and sit down with the 3 guests. We can do a walk and talk around, you know, the sites of interest in town. You know, we're really happy to craft a show that you want.
Okay.
It's an effective tool. I participated during the COVID pandemic on the same channel, and it was the chairman of the Board of Health in Rutland, myself as the town's health inspector and the fire chief. And it was a great asset for us to be able to talk to a lot of people about the vaccination clinic that we ran for 14 months there in Rutland, vaccinating 100,000 people, the 3rd largest clinic in the state of Massachusetts.
He's still on the show.
So, I'll get the tape. So it's a great asset. Thank you for bringing that
So
forward.
what do you need us to do if we wanted to do this? For example, we could just be in touch with you and say, yes, we're on and we'd like 3 segments, and can you come and help us decide which ones would be best?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to give me the name of people that you would suggest to be guests, I'm happy to reach out to them and have a conversation. If you wanted to put together an email of topics that you know, think would be ideal for those folks to talk about, that would be fantastic. And then, you know, once we sort of have the group of 3 individuals, I will schedule the call with Spectrum News. We'll get everybody together to sort of get on the same page and, you know, schedule the taping for, like I said, we're looking at a schedule for late September, but it can be at everybody's convenience.
Okay.
Quick question, does everything then flow through the board, or I'm here on behalf of the senior center today?
Okay, great.
The Council on Aging, but I'm also the vice president of the Historical Society. And I'm sure the Historical Society would love to participate.
Yeah.
So should I address my desire to participate through the board, or do you directly? How does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I think you are free to get my contact information
All
from
right.
Melanie and let me know that you're interested. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy to, you know, put this together, whatever way works.
I would anticipate there'd probably be 3 sections, 3 things that we would do from the community's perspective, and Melanie and I can, you know, have a chat with some of those individuals, some of them are in this room, about what it might look like, and give Barry a little show time. And certainly, we couldn't ask for a more picturesque time for you to be on the call.
Right.
So I do have a department head meeting this Thursday, so before we set in stone anybody doing a segment, I would like to talk to all the department heads, see what their ideas are, and go from there.
Sure.
Okay.
How often will this opportunity cycle?
So, you know, I mean, we tape shows every month. There are some months coming up in the fall that, you know, I've already got folks booked for, but I would definitely say, like, you know, in January again, I've got a calendar open. But I am actively trying to fill this late September slot
I'll
for
bet
the
the
October.
Lions Club would like to get on there also.
Absolutely.
This is the president of the Lions Club.
Great, yeah. So, yeah, I try to spread the geography out, around the state. So my next show, for example, we're gonna be in Pittsfield in Western Mass, and so, we try to, get around everywhere, but.
Well, Melanie and I will be in touch, and Melanie will be working with some, people in town to see what we might be able to put together.
Great.
I think we have some wonderful things to share.
Wonderful. Well, again, the Spectrum News team will come here, so
Yeah, it's
make
good.
it easy for you. And Melanie, feel free to share my contact information with whoever would like it. My cell phone number is on there, my email is on there, and I'm happy to take a call and talk through ways I can help, and so.
For people watching tonight, what channel is that, so they can start watching these?
Spectrum News 1
Right.
is the show, yep, and the rerun of the Worcester Mayor Show will run this Sunday at 10 a.m.
It's right on the TV, anybody that has it in town.
Regular cable television, that's it.
Is this
I don't live
meeting
here.
that we're at now going to be televised at some time on the Spectrum system?
I can't answer that question because that would require somebody from the PEG channels to be recording.
Yeah.
Is
It's being
somebody
recorded.
recording currently?
Yes.
All right.
Sam, this will be posted to YouTube,
Oh, I see, okay.
and you can watch all previous meetings on YouTube.
On YouTube,
Right.
okay.
Correct.
So it's not on a special Spectrum channel?
No,
No, you just have to have internet capability, and you can find it.
you can watch it on your phone,
Yeah.
Okay. If you're so inclined.
if
I
you're
would-
so inclined.
I would prefer to be here.
Okay,
As
well, thank you
evidence-
so much for,
Thank you for
evidence
having me.
shows.
Thanks,
Yes.
Nancy.
Thank you.
okay, now, I think we've gone out of order. We're gonna wait for all of our minutes to approve to the very end, so if people have other things they'd like to be here for,
Can I suggest we do the easement so Tim can leave?
I could
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
That's your
and-
last thing, right?
Okay, so,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hang out.
We might as well keep this moving.
and we're going right to the end of the agenda now to, N, not N, what, N-O.
To
Request to
D.
use
D.
town
Yeah.
property for the
D.
town hall, I'm
No,
sorry?
we're going to D.
D or B?
D.
As in dog, as in DPW, actually.
Okay, easement for water, okay. So we're gonna go
Took me a
to
minute
new
to get there.
business, D, easement for stormwater at 345 Grogan Road. Mr. Batchelor.
Yes, we have a drainage issue on Grogan Road. It's been an ongoing thing for many, many years. There's really not any good places that we can legally get rid of water. So I spoke with the homeowner at 345. His name's Tim, and very, very, very cooperative and willing to let us do an easement on along his southern property boundary, southwest property boundary, to get water piped a couple hundred feet into the woods, which will help his property out tremendously and let us start to fix that road, because without getting rid of the water, we'll never fix the road. That's the first step.
So I reached out to town council and they put together this agreement that is a temporary agreement. This will actually have to go to town meeting. And we'll actually have to have an actual drawing done, on the assessor's map. It'll be need to be voted at town meeting, but we can do this in the interim, for the easement.
Can we do this at a special town meeting, or do we need to wait to the annual?
I think we'd do it as special.
Okay, we
Yeah,
may
they
have
didn't
one of
say-
those come up and,
No, they just said at the next town meeting,
okay,
so,
great.
yeah.
Without further ado, would I seek a vote? Seek a motion.
Yeah, I think it's just Dr. Marshall's the signature, is that correct?
Subsequent to the review from council.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones that wrote this.
Yep, so I move that we approve the agreement for stormwater management infrastructure on the property identified, 345 Grogan Road, Barre, Mass.
We have a motion?
Shall we enter that's, it's a temporary until
I can amend that just to add the
Yeah,
word temporary to the
yeah,
motion.
I think we should, until, you know,
Until it's formally voted
Sure.
in
yeah.
town meeting.
I'm amenable to that.
Well, so the motion could include, following the guidance of legal counsel as provided, which says it's temporary until the town meeting. Does that work?
Second.
That works. That works.
Okay, we have a motion made and seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's a vote. Thank you, Melanie, for taking care of that with council. Appreciate that. Okay, let's see, I'm losing track of where we really are, but I think town administrator updates. Do you have some other
Let me
things,
go back up
Melanie?
there.
Oh gosh, so I have my list of meetings, I'm just looking through it. Met with Mike Moran, who's now our cable advisory committee of one, because we're going to enter into, the renewal of the contract with Spectrum, for cable TV services. We have, bless you, we have a survey out that's due, August 31st. That is on the website, it's at the library, at the senior center, it's at the town hall, it's, I think Michael put some at the post office, so it's everywhere. Let's see what else we did. I met with the two new, finance committee members, which was really nice to meet them and get to know them. Met with various appraisers, I don't remember who all was on the committee for the right of first refusal, but I did get in touch with a number of appraisers and met with almost all of them, so I have all of their information, they know what we need, they sent me the rates, and I'm maintaining that list, and it's good for the treasure collector as well, in case she needs an appraiser for tax title stuff. I had already mentioned the Catalyst website upgrade that we have to do for ADA compliance, which I think it was originally due in October, but now I think that they moved it out to April or something. But we're just going to go ahead and start with that. They're offering us actually a reduced rate, starting at $4,000 a year with 5% increases, I think, for the first 4 years. I can't remember. Though we have to do it either way. So we'll have a snazzy new website, hopefully by the end of this calendar year or thereabouts, with a nice banner at the top, Liz. Let's see. Met at the DPW with CMRPC, Jeff Howland and Woodard and Curran about the incomplete Williamsville Road project that they were supposed to be doing for us. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. No, have not heard a word, but I made it very clear we were not paying what he wanted us to pay.
I think we were very clear.
I think so. So, let's see.
What kind of
so-
holdup is that for us, Tim, up here?
Huge,
Huge.
not
Yeah.
for the, well, it's a holdup and where I can't do the road properly, we have to
Right.
just do a Band-Aid
Right,
until this gets
resolved,
resolved,
And that's going just up the hill.
yeah.
which is what we anticipated.
146, Williamsville Road to Farrington Road will be completed, but from 146 to the bridge will not, it'll just be a Band-Aid to get through, so the road
But it's
isn't rough.
much better than it's been in a long time.
Mhm.
But we need this engineering to be done.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
And
wanna
all
get what
extra-
we wanna get what we paid for.
Yeah.
And Jeff is on vacation until, what do you say, September
September
1st? So I'm going to email Woodard and Curran again, say where are you at, and then we're going to reconvene on September 1st.
And when did this engineering start?
2021.
Yeah, this is a long,
It's not
ongoing
done?
debacle, that we're trying to fix, so. So I have a huge list of public records requests there that's ridiculous. Is Data Branch USA, they keep emailing for specific vendor information, and 2 different people email every time. So we have to answer both of them, so that's a big long list of, there was bid information. No, it's just a vendor, they're looking for like vendor information back from 2022. There was public records request for bid information. All the bid information is now on our website, so I just direct them there. There was one request for select board meeting minutes and a former resignation. For grants, bunch of meetings, the MTTA grant that I had mentioned for the water, water site surveys, well site surveys, that's a municipal and tribal technical assistance grant. They like to see that tied to a federal grant like USDA, so hey, we're in luck, we need USDA's help. So I'm hoping, I met with them again today, and I'm hoping that we'll get that. We won't know for a few months if we do or not. But it is also reimbursable, so we can spend the money and then get reimbursed for it if we do actually, if we're lucky enough to get the grant. A couple of CDBG meetings I did for grants, the USDA and Senator Durant's office, that, I believe, were you on that? I'm trying to remember. Let's see. Procurement, we did a couple bid openings. There were no bids for vehicle fuel, so we'll just carry on with who we're using, Barre. And try again at a later time when there's more stability in vehicle fuel. And then just general work, like I said, I started the cable license renewal, updated. We went through, every year I get the list of schedules for vehicles, locations, property, and I send that to the departments. And we keep that updated, so we got that done for our insurance company. Verizon is discontinuing their phone services in October, so, not ideal timing with everything else going on, so I'm trying to investigate all the phones in the other buildings. I got a quote from Charter to replace the phones because we had, is Joe here? Yes, Joe and I met with Verizon initially, and it was like a sales call. Oh, this is what we can give you. We're gonna disconnect your line, and they already had a phone salesman there and everything, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna look elsewhere. So I do have all of that from Charter. I just need to find the time to compare it to what we're paying for Verizon now and make sure that everything will jive okay. I don't know if there's anything else. We received the FY24 audit information that's posted to our website. I also emailed it out to the Selectboard and the Finance Committee members. We had, I don't remember how many corrections we had to make, but we've already made all but one of them, which is fantastic, so that was good to do. And we are behind on some Cannabis Control Commission policies, so I created the social equity, the application policy, and then I don't know if a application for an HCA is necessary. They have them on other towns, so I just went ahead and created that at the same time and sent that off to town council. So that's it.
That's all?
That's
Jeez. Okay.
Thank you.
Is there Melanie, did you see anyone else here who's sitting in the audience who?
I know Betty, Joe, and Dave would like to go as early as they can with the wage authorization for Gina Patterson.
Okay.
They had
An outreach coordinator?
Yep, they had that opening for the outreach coordinator, and when they posted it, she expressed interest in it, and they would like to give the position to her, but I'll let them speak on her own behalf.
Betty, you have comments on that?
Yeah, so we're very happy about this. Gina's been with us since March, and she's basically been taking over some of the responsibilities as she's the front desk person, and she's really put some extra effort into learning about resources for seniors and things, and she has a very good rapport with the current participants, and she's very knowledgeable with the computer, and she's very good with confidentiality. So we're very confident. At our last board meeting, the board discussed Gina as a possible candidate, and everyone was unanimous that they are in agreement that she's the best person for the job. So we are very confident that Gina would be a really good person for the group.
Now, Can you explain, she'd be 19 hours a week doing that job, but is she doing another job for you guys as well?
No, she would be transferring to this job, so we would be looking for a receptionist.
You'd be looking for a receptionist, okay. Just wanted to check. I didn't know if she was gonna do both,
You
okay.
cannot do that in this town.
You can't?
No, you cannot.
It seems
Can't
odd.
be working 2 jobs.
No, you cannot.
Sounds odd.
We have too many residents in this town.
Okay then. Moving
I
on.
move that we approve Gina Pedersen as the outreach coordinator at an hourly wage of $19 an hour.
Second that.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the request of the Council on Aging person for outreach coordinator. That is Angelina Gina Pedersen. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, looks like a vote.
Fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry for the lengthy time you had to wait.
We'll see you all this evening.
Cindy Henshaw's here
We'll
also.
talk about
Yeah,
this
can
after we leave.
Yeah,
You're gonna see it on the
Henshaw.
video, just saying.
Number F.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
The dirt bike lady, okay. We would like to go now to Cynthia Henshaw, who's gonna talk to us about dirt bikes in the gravel pit and on the rail trail. I believe there you are. And I bet you're complaining because you live on 67. No? You don't live on Route 67?
No.
Live on 67, is that what you said? Yeah. So as hopefully you all know, the East Coast Land Trust finished 1.5 miles of Mass Central Rail Trail from Station Road in Barre
Oh, yeah.
down to McAvoy Road in New Braintree, right? So we're working on
Moving up.
piecing things out, trying to put them together as it happens. And so that was recently finished this summer. And there's been an ongoing use of the town's gravel pits by motorbikes and ATVs and things like that. In order to get there, they have to cross our newly finished trail and
Yeah,
are
reckoning.
starting to create damage. And so I realize this is an ongoing long-term problem. We are putting up fences, I put up signage, I put up a game camera. I continue to, I caught three boys going down there today when I was down getting the video piece of it. And so, there's several reasons why it's problematic, but I just want to be sure that everybody's clear in terms of Mass General Law, Chapter 90B, Section 26, and I'm just reading one section of it, F, where it says, no person shall operate a snow vehicle or a recreational vehicle in a manner that causes damage to public or private property. So it's damage to public property when they're on the gravel pit. But not limited to lands owned or managed by the Department of Conservation and Recreation or the Division of Fisheries and Wildlife, wetlands, or other waters of the Commonwealth. Priority habitats delineated as such by Division of Fisheries and Wildlife. So your whole property is, and lands used for public water supply purposes or historic and archaeological sites. So that's just one piece of the law that.
Does a law allow us to execute fines or anything? Is there anything that they say, the penalty shall be, and blah?
This section does not say that.
Okay.
I haven't done that research to know.
Okay. Well, we can, I guess, yeah. We've
Yeah,
been fighting
I
the
mean,
same fight.
I've got pictures of various young people or people on different vehicles at different times. So, they're there. And what I wanted to ask is to see if we can partner with the town, try and figure out how to slow down the volume of young people trying to use that area. Whether or not it's possible to put up barriers along between the rail trail and the gravel pit, because they have to cross our rail trail to get there. So I'm trying to put up barriers at the entranceways as much as possible with signage. They're going right past the signage. Nobody, I stand there, and there was a four-wheeler coming down, and he said, please move out of the way, and I said, no ATVs, the sign's right here. He's like, okay, I'll leave. And I have a picture of that. But he's the ATV that came down afterward, and we got him on the camera. So, right, so people are being disrespectful of the land, they're tearing it up, and this is supposed to be used for lots of people, not for motorized
Now,
vehicles.
what about e-bikes? What are they gonna fight back with e-bikes?
Well, e-bikes, we are gonna have to come up with an e-bike policy. Certainly people using e-bikes, it's all about speed limit, right?
Mhm.
So bicycles are allowed on rail trails.
Right.
So that, it's not that it's, no motors per se, but those e-bikes
e-bikes, they're pedaling.
Mhm.
This is a.
Yeah, the two different types of e-bikes. You got the one that you pedal assist, and then you have
Yeah.
Pedal
the
assist is
actual
the one that will be allowed.
e-bikes that
Yeah.
kids are hanging wheelies all over at 70 miles an hour.
And that's problematic
Sure.
for its own
Yeah.
reason.
Sure.
So I know you guys have a lot going on, but I wanna bring up this issue, to see if we can work together to try to find a solution, because, you know, we want to have the entrance on Station Road actually be more welcoming, but because the ATVs and the motorbikes were coming off of Station Road right onto the rail trail, we've had to barricade it and put up the gate, so I'm trying to figure out how we can make a stile system so people can actually walk through. But that's, you know, there's somebody down at the end of Station Road who uses a wheelchair, would love to be there, but it's the same width that an ATV, so, you know, we need to stop the illegal use before we can make it a little more welcoming, so
Is their only destination the gravel pit?
as far as I can tell, they're all coming and going to the gravel pit. They're coming, people are driving their mini bikes and things down the road, down North Brookfield Road,
Yeah.
to get in. They're cutting through, there's multiple places that they're coming in, but, you know, so we're trying to block them off as they come up. You know, we put up a gate, the kids, you know, cut the wire, we have to put up more.
This is a huge problem. I mean, this is trying to correct something that's been going on for years and years and years. And on top of that, they will get around. If they want to get down there, they're going to get there. Whatever the barriers you put up, they'll still do it somehow. You know, that's the problem, and we kind of faced with that before when this whole thing started, like last year. And it's just like, I don't, even if you give, I mean, it's almost like give them what they want, and then we get what we want. If we gave them one access down there somehow, but we're not insured to have these people do this, so it's almost like we can't give them access. You know what I mean? And then you have interaction between the walking people, and then, you know what I mean? So this is a huge. I mean, I don't even know how you would. I don't know what we would even do.
So, so my suggestion, or my ask, I guess, is for you guys to think about whether or not you're willing to work with us. We will continue to block off every access as we find them, continue to monitor, put up cameras, but also to see if there's a way, if you are willing, that we could block the main entrance into the gravel pit, put in a
Well, how would
gate.
safety vehicles get down there? Someone, there's an accident on those things down there.
That's
then
what I'm worried about, the rail trail
then we're
or an
gonna have a
accident,
problem.
we gotta get in there with an ambulance.
It's a
and
huge
EMTs
problem,
and-
you know?
There is, I mean, the access off of I'm not talking about blocking off the access off of North Brookfield Road, I'm talking about blocking the actual entrance way to the gravel pit that's on the far side of the rail trail.
Mhm.
Right, so, and put a gate in there in case emergency vehicles are needed. But if that's the attractive nuisance that's bringing young people there, or riders, and, you know, just working on it. I get it that it's a long term, but it doesn't mean, just because it's been a problem for 30 years, doesn't mean we don't try to address it. Like, we have to try to incrementally work on it, and then as the rail trail actually opens up and people start using it, I think the interest from the young people down there, everybody else that's walking is gonna see the signs and know that they're not supposed to be there. So we've had this problem on our Hardwick and New Braintree section, right?
Mhm.
And, you know, occasionally there are people that still use it, but it is far less of a problem once pedestrians and everybody else starts using the trail. So that's why I'm asking if we could work together to, you know, something that you're comfortable with, but that would help us limit the attraction of coming down to drive around the gravel pit.
Mr. Batchelor, would you have any suggestions about how we could make the gravel pit very, very not friendly?
We definitely don't even want access to it. 'Cause, I mean,
You
it's
want it.
town
We need-
property, we don't, I mean,
Do we use it?
we don't want the bikes
We
there at
don't
all.
use it, no, there's nothing of any value in that piece of property for the DPW.
Right.
Let's sell it to them.
Well, that's up to you,
Well,
that's up
that's-
to you guys.
Just kidding.
I mean, it's a very appropriate property for conservation, it's already priority habitat, it's surrounded by fish and game land. It's very appropriate to,
I don't know if that
To sell
fixes
it,
the problem
absolutely.
really, but
Well,
You know.
it does for us.
it does for us.
Cynthia,
Mr. Perkins.
Cynthia, you and I can meet down there, let's take a look at it. And, I gotta wait what the selectmen want, cause there's gotta be money come from somewhere. I don't have money in my budget to build gates.
we are partnering.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with everything Cynthia said. They're actually going all the way up and down the trail, and they spin the wheels, leave ruts, they really, it's a brand new trail, they're already starting to run.
Yeah.
So I think the best thing is that the more people you have going down there, the more discouragement you're gonna stop the kids.
Well, yeah, when the people start walking and using it, they're gonna be policing it more or less, and, yeah.
Well, yeah, you might ride witnesses down there.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if we talk to the police and see what we can do. Like, she took some pictures of somebody on a trail bike, ATV. But what can you do with that? Can you give that to the police? Can they?
Well, all I know is the local police, the numerous times that I've had conversations with them about this situation, is they say, go talk to the environmental police.
Right, 'cause I think.
And they'd say, go talk to your local people.
Well, I think UTVs, ATVs and all that stuff fall under environmental police.
They do, the problem is that
They
there are
do.
I mean, the local
They
police
do.
can enforce the laws, and there's only 4 EPOs for the entire state.
Hmm.
So the possibility
Yeah, they're coming out here.
of finding them, I mean, I was out there today at noontime, that's when the 3 young gentlemen were gonna head down to the gravel pit to go turn around, and I just told them to leave. It's, you know, should I call the police, the local police, and say, hey, can you come down and give these guys a fine? So,
If they can catch them.
this is true.
That's been a problem in the past. They go and they're gone, you know? Even if they see them.
Yeah, we
They're
don't
gonna,
have. proper
we don't
posting
have,
either.
we don't have officers on motocross
I mean,
bikes,
we
you know?
we could do some town posting, but they've probably
Right, but in
posted.
order to affect a fine, you have to have it properly posted.
Exactly, yeah.
If it's not properly
I mean,
posted.
posting, we can post the hell out of it if you want.
So, would it be okay to ask if, Tim and I go down and look at it and see if there is an appropriate way, if we could come up with a strategy to present to the town to say, could we do this to help block access to the gravel pit? We will continue our part with gates as we're finding access points, because we really wanna open it up, have it a wide open access off the station road so that people can start doing this. I mean, we want to, and using the trail. I mean, right now, we're planning on doing a ribbon cutting, starting at the McAvoy Road spot, a ribbon cutting on September 16th at 2 o'clock. And we would invite everybody to come. So it's discouraging to me that we can't just put in a regular bollard and have a wide open access point off of Station Road, but we can't right at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so you and Tim will get together and take a look, and maybe you make some recommendations, and obviously we'll figure it out from there.
If you come up with, some good ideas, I imagine the major cities would like to hear it too. They get people hanging wheelies through the cities and all that.
It's a constant problem.
They can't control it.
I get
It's
it.
hard, very
My
difficult.
fear is the age of some of the, I
Yeah.
was gonna say
Yeah.
students, but I mean of some of the, individuals who are well under 18, utilizing e-bikes that are
Oh, my God.
are very aggressive. They're flying up the sides of the road, and you're saying, really? I mean, some of them I think are elementary. I think 6th grade maybe.
Someone do 70
And-
miles an hour.
And I'm just shocked because someone is going to get hurt badly on the main road, let alone down by the station road. But of course, I'm sounding my age, I guess now. But seems kind of crazy to me. So maybe we can even talk with the police and locally and see if there's any help that they can provide us with as well. I've had conversations before with the chief.
I have as well.
And I'm sure he feels sometimes, it's just impotent. You can't, there's nothing we can do, sort of thing, until something really bad happens, and then somehow we'll all regret that we couldn't and didn't. That's what I worry about. I'm upset that they are messing up Station Road, but I'm also upset because of the number of students, kids, who are riding these things way too fast.
Yep.
Some of whom have helmets, some of whom don't. And,
Is it possible to?
okay, so you'll work out with something with Tim, and we'll make sure that the chief understands
We
that.
don't know what the finding mechanism is yet.
I'm sorry?
What?
We don't know what the finding mechanism is. Cynthia didn't have that.
It's not in this piece of
Yeah.
legislation, but what I've heard is the first fine is $30.
Yeah.
You know,
And we don't know if
Just
that's
be a-
environmental police or our police. Like, we have to, there has to be a law to back up a ticket,
Yeah,
Right.
and then where the funds go, and it's a process. So I don't know what the answers are to
Yeah.
that.
but there's a lot more to do before we know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, like they said, it
Absolutely.
falls under the EPOs too. most of it?
100%
So-
EPOs.
But they're not available or here around or whatever.
Everybody's stretched thin, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
But thank you for coming, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Okay, so we did Nancy. Okay, I think overview from Common and Recreations Committee, that's you, Mr. Perkins?
No, this is, it's something different, overview of it should be commons and recreation committees.
Okay,
And I'm trying to think of how all of this started. So,
Well,
we were looking into minutes that have been posted. There was discussion that, actually, this all came about in multiple ways. So, and then there was discussion about the bylaw where all committees, subcommittees, boards, commissions are supposed to be recording their meetings and posting them. That
Mhm.
was passed at annual town meeting in
100 years ago.
2021.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Which I guess is also not being done. Somebody asked me why that's not being done. So when I started looking at the committees and everything on My Town Government, to see what was there, and unfortunately on My Town Government, everything isn't up to date, like as far as committees and stuff are there. So I made a little spreadsheet of the committees that I found for, like open space, recreation, that type of thing, commons, holiday decorations, and they're just an ad hoc committee, they're not an actual committee. So we really need to get a handle on all of these different committees and the minutes that they're supposed to be posting. Like if you see, the Barre Common Oversight Committee, there were multiple missing minutes, Felton Field, multiple missing. Open space, I guess there's not an open space committee anymore?
correct.
Okay, because they hadn't posted since 2021. Recreation Committee, no minutes since August 5th of 2024. South Barre Common Advisory Committees, no minutes, which I think changed to the South Barre Common Committee, is that correct? Somebody, there was a South Barre Common Advisory Committee, and now there's a South Barre Common Committee.
Why do we have so many committees?
I have no idea,
There-
that's what
there-
I'm asking.
I see a need for one,
Okay, so they morphed into the South, okay. So the South Barre Common Committee, hold on, let me just make sure.
So open space.
Hadn't posted since
Yeah.
August 5th of 2024, and then because the holiday decorations they're volunteers, they're not an actual committee, they don't have anything either. So I'm trying to answer people's questions, and I don't know what's happening here. So it's something that I think we need to look at, all of the committees that we have, why aren't there minutes for all of the meetings, why aren't there meetings, so there aren't even just minutes, there are no meetings posted for these, like no meetings for the South Barre Common and the Recreation Committee, no meetings even posted. Except for there was a meeting held in February of 2026 for the Recreation Committee.
there are activities on those commons, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how does that,
Well, and
happen.
that's part of the question, so like how, and I don't know, Marianne, if you can help, it's like how is it determined what activities are gonna be there, how, like with recreation, how is it determined where the funds are going to be spent, because there aren't any meetings posted, so.
what funds?
Because the recreation committee gets an amount of money every year, and then they dole it out to whoever applies for it.
Right, those are the funds you're
But,
speaking of?
yeah, but where are these meetings being held, when are they being held, where are the minutes from these meetings? So this is a huge problem. If the Attorney General's office looks into this, this is a huge problem.
Yeah, it
Different
is.
than the DPW.
So,
Yeah.
so we need to get a handle on this, I mean, like, we don't
Well, we give
have,
money.
there is
Not
no,
much.
there's no charge for the South Barre Common Committee. With the holiday decorations that we fund, there's no official committee. There's no charge for the Recreation Committee, there's no charge for the Felton Field Committee. The only charge we have is the
Common.
oversight, the Common Oversight Committee, which we had just updated.
Well, see, the Felton Field Commission is actually somebody, there's all
They're
kinds of.
elected.
No, but there's something that comes from the Felton,
It's an endowment.
it's a big
Yeah.
endowment, and it's very specific of who that the town will elect, and they have to be these kind of people, and blah, blah, blah. So there is a piece of something for Felton Field that is a little more substantive, but it doesn't make it right, it just is
Yeah,
more
so
substantive, they
we
do
need-
exist.
We need to get a handle on this, so my question to you is, do we want all of these committees?
No.
Do we want one committee overseeing all of the comments? How do you wanna do this?
Well, they're not even, there's no minutes on a lot of these, there's no,
No
there's no
meetings, no
direction of how,
minutes.
they're not even a committee. They're not doing the work as a committee. I mean, why don't we have just one common committee?
Well, they're all town commons, town property, so I
Yeah.
think they should be under the
It's,
advisory of one committee.
It's an advisory one committee.
And work's being done down there, and we're not notified.
Elected position,
DPW's not notified.
elected,
It's all town property,
Yeah, it's all town
Elected.
property.
elected or appointed?
appointed.
Point.
We just did a new charge with the common committee, but I think a suggestion would be is to have one committee with a charge, to oversee the three commons.
Well, I think it should be something that's studied a little more than that. The only reason I say that is I feel great gratitude and debt to the individuals who, on their own merits, step up and do all kinds of stuff all the time. Now, maybe, they should have been in touch with this, whatever. I will tell you that some of these people have been doing whatever they do down at wherever they are for decades.
Well, some of the people can still do that, but we just don't need all these
Yeah,
different.
we're not
And-
We
diminishing
don't need all this committee.
volunteerism, we're not saying that they haven't done a great
They've done a
job.
great job, yeah.
Well, it kind of sounds that way.
Well,
No, I'm saying if the Attorney General's office looks at our
Yeah.
website, we're in trouble.
Exactly.
I went through this in another town. This is not kosher.
Well,
I will say, I did the extra step, which I knew, well, they're not even listening, but I knew everything was fine. But I did look at all the financials as well, and you guys, you have everything the way, more or less, that you should have it. There's a trail of everything. So that's not a problem. But this is a huge problem when it comes to the Attorney General's office. You have committees who haven't posted meetings for 2 months that are deciding to spend money and hold activities in various ways. How are they making those decisions?
So
This is just a problem that we need to look at, we
Yeah.
need to find a solution for before the Attorney General's office comes a knocking on our door.
How do you, I'm just curious, you're gonna educate me, how do you have a committee with no charge?
I don't know.
Well, my expectation is these have been in here for, longer than I'm old.
So we need.
That's a long time.
We need to make charges, we need to decide what the best structure for this is, and this is gonna come up with the government structure committee too, that we have starting at the end of the month. These are gonna be looked at there too, so we really need to decide, well, you guys need to decide what you want to see. How to fix this, how you want to fix this.
Well, I would suspect we could look at other communities, or are other communities in worse shape than we are? I don't know.
Well, what do we have, 3 commons?
Yeah.
Why can't there be one committee for the 3 commons? Seriously. Anybody?
I agree, I don't know why we need 3 separate committees. The volunteerism and all the good stuff that's still gonna continue
Right,
going on.
exactly.
I don't see people just stopping to do that just because we have one committee and we have 3 committees.
I have a question about the funding for each of these comments. So if we combine them into one, how does the funding work?
Well, it's town funding, right?
No, Sudbury Common has all donations.
Do they have a 501c3?
I did what Attorney Bear told me to do.
I'm sorry? Hold on,
Whatever is set up-
I can't hear you.
Whatever is set up is what Attorney Baird has told us to do. And it's
Well-
a fund that we take money in, and if we have an expense, we submit it.
That's not,
Well, we couldn't do that with the 250.
we can't, that's not,
Let me look into that.
we
But-
went through this with the 250th.
I know, let me look into that.
And it's the exact same thing.
Let me look into that.
Okay.
All right.
And who's attorney?
This is our last attorney we had, and he's the
Okay.
one who set this up.
James Beard.
And
James
all the
Beard.
funds, I have them all listed and documented, they were all donated when people passed away, or from Barre Savings Bank,
Yep.
directly for the Southbury Common, which is fine, but they were not given to be used elsewhere in the town. And they're not appropriated town money.
You can't do that without a 501c3.
Well, we were
Let
directed by our attorney.
me look into that before we
We
discuss.
went through this with the, I wish Betty Jo was
He
here, we went through this with the
former
senior
town
center as
council
well.
for 50 years, and Barry's retired
It's
3
not,
years ago.
you can't do it.
Let me look into it.
I just wanna
Okay.
say, Barry Common Committee, right now we have 3 members, we'd love to have somebody from South Barre, Barre Plains join us.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of territoriality, so we didn't wanna encroach.
Oh, there shouldn't be, no,
No,
there shouldn't be.
Yeah, but
It shouldn't
one
be.
committee for all three would be great.
It's the town of Barre. We gotta start acting like the town of Barre. Stop the territorial lines that used to be drawn here 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's
We all pay
crazy.
taxes. We all, you know,
I'm pretty sure South Barre going one really nice park for the kids.
It's beautiful down
It
there.
is.
It's
I'm
wonderful.
pretty sure that,
Wonderful
I'm
park.
pretty sure that there's no real
my grandkids love that park.
delineation between the two.
So my question to you is, do you want me to make, I'll research the donation account, obviously, but do you want me to make this something that the government structure committee looks at and then offers you recommendations, or what would you like to do?
What I would like to do is to call these individuals together, indicate the concerns that we have. And the concerns are not personal concerns, they're concerns
not at all.
that are required by law, by statute. And we say, okay, we should be worried, and if those of you who've sort of done a lot of stuff and the town has really not appointed you something, if something were to happen to you when you're performing your duties or something, you could get sued, and maybe the town says, we don't know what they're doing. So I would suspect that in order to ensure that anybody working on behalf of our community or the children and citizens of our community, we should have a formal thing so that, like you say, we do the right thing financially. We have protections for the people who are working on behalf of the community, and that if you make a dumb decision sometime, and we all have done those, there's some statute of of insurance. So you should really welcome the town embracing the situation, because then you have the full faith and credit, whatever that will be, of the I was going to say the Quabbin Regional School District, hush my mouth, of the town of Barre, that supports and protects.
My only concern is the funding and where these people intended for it to go, who have passed on.
Yeah, but
That's my real.
yeah, but there's no problem with that.
Okay.
Donations can be made to the community at any time through a process.
I'm going to look into the legality.
Yeah.
If
But-
5OC will be glad to do that.
All right,
but
well,
we were not told to do that when we started.
I wouldn't worry about it.
How are the decisions made, like when you hire this person, I mean, there's no vote, there's no minutes, there's no nothing. I mean, it just seems like, in my thoughts, you have three commons. I mean, we could make one committee with three commons in efforts to streamline everything, actually, and if we have to get a 501c3, it applies to all. And also, in conjunction with the DPW superintendent, because I understand there's questions on who takes care of what, and there's people cutting this and that, and I mean, it's just,
Even you
it's
and me,
just
Mark.
not, it's
Even you
not.
and me, Mark.
You know, it's just not streamlined, it's not, and it needs to be. This is like what we're going through with everything else in this
I
town.
hate to be the historian, but I'm kind of old, and I would just tell you that I know what it is like to be involved in these comments and what happened and why it happened. Quite frankly, in the old days, the Barre Wool Combing Company took care of the commons in South Barre. They did this, they did that. The Congregational Church did a lot of stuff with the town,
Village
uptown
Improvement
stuff,
Society.
okay? And then the town, when the Barre Wool Company folded, and Allen's folded, the town really didn't say, yeah, South Barre's really still part of us. Yeah, Barre Plains, we should be on top of that. That was a big forget it. They weren't. And those commons ended up being next to nothing, and whether the selectmen ignored it or it just was the way it happened. Then, okay, another benefactor decided to fix up Nornay Park, as he called it, and his name was Matty Truffalo, and he dedicated it to the immigrants of South Barre, and I think at that point is when there was a little energy around getting that and keeping it a special place. And that's when, I don't know if you were the first one, but there were people from South Barre who kind of joined into that effort. And the town of Barre never picked it up. They just kind of said, you guys are doing it, that's great. And then South Barre was just, Barre Plains was just like non-existent. Okay, it's something you drove by. I think it is in everybody's best interest to allow Melanie to get involved, to not only just look at this, but to strengthen, okay, the commitment of the town to all of the community's parks. Because right now, there's no real commitment, everybody kind of does their own thing. So Melanie, I hope that we vote immediately to say, authorize the town administrator to get us in shape by either working through the
Government structure.
government and justice system or whatever, and to obviously engage with the people who have been helpful over the years. That'd be a motion if anybody wanted to second it.
Yeah, second. Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to authorize the town administrator to work through the common situation and ensuring the best
Just
right?
one more thing for you to do.
Add it to your
I was
list.
just gonna say, can we clone her?
Huh? I know, yeah, well. We have a motion made and seconded. Further discussion? Hearing none, do we have a vote to authorize the town administrator to move forward on this?
All right,
Aye. None?
Can I just ask one thing, that I sent an email out to these committees just saying you have to post your meetings.
Yep. They know-
You have
they-
to
I think-
post your minutes.
I know that Felton Field should be posting. Does Felton Field post meetings?
Felton Field, yes, they do. Well, yes.
Well, I don't know, it's a new regime, so I
I
don't know.
have
They
a
should,
whole
because-
list. Felton Field posts their their meetings, but they don't always have minutes, they have very few minutes available.
Okay.
Open space we don't have, recreation hasn't posted, a
Have they,
meeting.
I don't think they've existed, have they, recreation?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah?
right over there.
Okay.
Since February 24th, and there's multiple minutes that are missing.
Dennis, is that you?
I can produce every one of those minutes, so I'm not sure like why they weren't down there.
I don't know,
I have them all.
but there aren't meetings posted either, so you can't
I'm not
post.
sure about the meeting thing, and I don't know, I can't, but I do know
Yeah.
every single minute is done. Even
What?
up to Southbury
Where's this,
Common, I
Southbury?
don't think I
Yeah.
did last year's minutes for Southbury Common, I've just been kinda off
Yeah.
a little bit with that. But all the
So-
others are there.
So my suggestion to you
So-
would be to get the meeting
if
dates
they're voting, I
on My
mean,
Town Government, and then
on
whatever
money,
minutes
and
you
that's
have,
a
get them
extreme,
posted
Can
in
you
My
put it
Town
on my
Government.
What they do is
government,
they're both
if it was
down there
from
painting,
last time, you could
painting
still
stuff
put it
and
on.
mowing lawns.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go back to the dates.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, so
Yeah, do things.
that would be
Well,
my suggestion.
that's
Fill-
why
Fill in
Melanie
all of
fixed it.
your missing meeting dates
I
and
just don't
upload the
wanna
minutes
make
to
sure
it as
they're
well,
gonna
because
Yeah, that's
because
I
they really
did go
work
through this
hard.
in another
Well-
town, and when the AGO decides that
You
they're
don't
gonna
wanna
look at
be
your
in that.
website, at your My Town Government, and you don't even have meetings posted, and you've been, doing activities, you've been spending
No
money,
problem.
you've been doing this, it's a problem.
I mean, we're,
And for recreation, I have all of theirs also, so I'll be glad to upload those too.
we're committed to do things right and
The right
correct the things that we haven't been doing right, and this is one of the corrective action things right here, is to try to get on the right page with everything. Because
We're fine with that.
we certainly as a community have made some missteps over the last few years, several years, but we're correcting them one by one, and this is a corrective action right here.
And
Yeah.
we
Where
do
does-
need to look at the purchasing of another owl or two, because all per town meeting, all committees, subcommittees, commissions, boards, everything, they're supposed to be recording and posting their meetings.
It's pretty easy now.
So that's another thing we need to do too.
When there's town money involved, I mean, as far as votes and all that, I mean, it has to be done legit. I mean, we can't be doing
Yeah.
things like
Yeah.
in the past, you just can't.
Can other boards and committees use this, Sandy, or is Rick limited on when he can?
Yeah, Rick's limited on when he can record. We need to get an owl.
You need the,
Yes,
you
yeah.
can't record
Yeah.
two meetings at the
Yeah.
same day.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get an owl so that, and then people are just gonna have to coordinate around
And you can
it.
just upload it.
No, you need yours.
Okay, I wasn't sure if this room was available other times than when we use it with Rick or not, and it sounds like not.
Yeah, because he does this part-time, he doesn't have that.
Okay, so we have a vote to
Yeah.
get the commons and the recreation committees and all of that just in sync with the law.
And if you guys
No
need
problem.
any help with anything, just let me know.
No, we'll go upload all that stuff.
And
to you.
please,
That's
no
not a
personal,
problem.
no personal offense meant.
No,
I know.
not at all. We're just
I
trying to get things buttoned up.
Okay, so let me see here.
We're all
Do
over
we
the
wanna
place.
go back?
We're all
I
over the
do-
place.
I think I don't know if I have some, I think that probably the old Reservoir Dam owner review, is that you?
With,
Liz?
No, it's
No.
Melanie.
No,
I'm just
is
here-
that why
I'm
you're
just
here?
to,
Okay. So we might as well do that.
Okay.
So,
wait, where are
Old
I had-
Reservoir Dam down in
Melanies.
HIJ.
yeah,
Okay.
that's me. So I had met with Liz and with, oh my God.
Lucy Allen.
Thank
Lucy.
you,
Yeah,
Lucy
Lucy.
Allen. All right, can you guys, okay. about the old reservoir dam, because there was a legal opinion previously that said that it was owned by Prince River Inc., which is not actually the case. Lucy brought it to my attention. She brought in a bunch of paperwork, asked me to look at it again. So because this parcel is in tax title, it was imperative that we had the actual owner for tax title purposes. So I asked KP Law to look at it again, sent him everything that Lucy Allen had provided me. So they said that they were revising their opinion from the June 9th, 2025 for Old Barre Reservoir Dam Lot 34C. That is held by Prince River Corporation, which is a dissolved corporation in Massachusetts. There's no, part of the reason for the confusion is there's no actual reference to a Prince River Corporation shown on the online records in the corporations division because the corporation was so old. So they only have so many there. So, and then the other confusion was that a previous town administrator had sent KP Law articles of organization for Prince River Inc. instead of corporation, articles of dissolution for Prince River Inc., a printout from the business entity summary for Prince River Inc., a dam safety inspection for Prince River Corporation, and a tax title instrument of taking against Prince River Corporation. So they just assumed that Inc. and Corporation were used interchangeably, which has happened in the past. So they inquired of the corporations division, and they confirmed that the corporation did previously exist, but the records were only available in the state archives. So they went into the state archives, they found the records, and revised their opinion. So Prince River Inc. is not the owner of the dam. Prince River Corporation is the owner of the dam. Treasure collector has this information as well for tax title purposes, and the people, there was, I can't remember where the woman was from, but it was a woman that was from Worcester that wants to take the dam out. She said the town owns it, it's in tax title of town. Absolutely does not own the dam. We're not going to own the dam. We are not going to foreclose on a dam. And I sent her this information so that she can find the corporation members herself.
All right, so, done deal.
That's that.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
I guess we're done with that.
we're done with that.
Did Lucy get a copy of that then?
I'm gonna send it to her now.
Thank
I
you.
didn't wanna
Yeah.
distribute it out until I presented it to you
Yeah,
guys.
no, thank you, but it's
So-
important that she
Yep.
has a copy of
Alright.
it.
That's cool.
Okay. Moving on, okay. Do we have anybody still sitting, waiting
That's
for
it.
anything? Vote and sign that, no. Easement, stormwater, we took care of that, Henshaw.
Yep.
Do we wanna do a quick appointment
Send 'em
for
to me.
Board of Registers, appointment of Karen Tangradi as requested? Board of Registers of Voters appointment for person Karen
I
Tangradi?
gotta find that, yeah, hold on, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right here.
had them in order
I know, but we've jumped around,
Application.
we've jumped around so much, I can't,
5, 6,
my
7.
packet is out
I
of
got it
order.
right here.
Right here.
I got it right
There
here.
we go, there we go.
Everybody's left.
Motion?
Oh, yes, please.
Thank you for staying.
Tangradi from 70 Oakham Road in Barre is seeking the opportunity to be working with our voting group.
Yeah, I moved that we appoint Karen Tancredi as a poll worker.
I'll second that.
I have a motion made and seconded to appoint Karen Tangradi to the Board of Registers of Voters. Those approving, please? We have a motion made
Aye.
and seconded. Aye,
Aye.
okay, well, good there. Let's see, vote to ratify collective bargaining. Do we wanna wait on that? That's gonna be, I think, we're
Oh,
gonna
we're
pass.
passing on that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
letter
pass.
A, vote to ratify collective bargaining, we
No,
move to.
you don't have to vote, just pass over.
Okay, we're good then, moving on.
Yeah.
Cannabis Control Commission retired policies, we wanna just walk through us through that?
So that, I had mentioned that in my town administrator report, but I wrote those. I was hoping to have them back from town council so you could approve them, but I don't have them back,
So we'll pass over that for the evening as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
Passing over cannabis control,
Wait,
Yep.
I couldn't find it.
I know, we've hopped around so much, our packets are such disarray.
Jay.
Okay.
And it's not in
it's-
the packet, because I didn't
Yeah.
have them written.
All right.
Okay, we can do personnel contract renewals and wage authorizations.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
FY twenty-seven DPW union wage authorizations, are we ready for that, Melanie?
I think you have.
They're in there.
Thank you very much, ladies and
See you,
gentlemen.
Sam.
Hey, Mel,
They're losing the list.
Uh-oh.
7 o'clock is calling.
Thank you for coming.
What happens at 7? I better not ask.
What happens at 7? I
Laurie,
think I'm gonna
there's a
be
list of the DPW.
smelling some good hamburger.
Okay.
There's 9 of them.
I don't think we read it as presented.
Right there.
Right here. We have the wage authorizations for the DPW, and I could read them into the record and seek your careful judgment. Harold Black, $33.18. Dan Cassavant, $35.04. Scott Churchill, $37.71. David Craven, $39.97. Sean Fitzgibbons, $30.32. Tom George, $40.65. Ryan LaValle, $39.97. Jonathan Oberg, $29.81. And Jacob Rourke, $29.40. Do you have a motion to
Yeah.
approve?
I would make a motion to approve the FY twenty-seven DPW wage, union wage authorizations, effective
second.
July 1, 2026.
Those are retroactive, let the community know. So those in favor?
Aye.
July 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to
1st.
July 1st. yeah.
Retros to July.
So I do have to say, I must have forgotten to send it to Sandy. There were 2 contracts that should have been included in this too, that we'll have to put on the next
Okay.
one.
Where are
Okay.
you?
M.I.
On M.
Yeah. Alrighty then, so then,
Oh, are they in there?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
well,
okay.
it says renewal.
Yeah, but are the contracts in your?
No.
the contracts themselves are not available to
Okay.
us, I don't believe.
So yeah, so next time, because you guys need to be able to
So-
see it.
I'm just having a hard time following you.
I know, we're all over.
It's okay.
So are you?
We're passing, we're
over
passing
now?
over the contract renewals. The wage authorizations are approved retro to July
We're
1.
gonna go back to B and E too.
And then,
B, C, and E.
just to wrap up that section, we'll go to election worker appointments. Okay, that's right with the DPW stuff that we've done.
Okay.
And election worker appointments for Timothy Woodard and Michelle Saborin.
All the
You need a motion?
Yes, so I need a motion.
I would
Where?
move to approve the
It's a long meeting.
election worker appointments for Timothy Woodward and Michelle Saborn.
We have a motion
I'll
made.
second the motion. I don't have the paperwork in front of me.
Motion made and seconded to approve election worker appointments for Timothy Woodard and Michelle Saborn.
Oh, there it is.
All in favor?
Those are recommended by the town
Mark,
clerk.
you made the motion?
I did.
Mark made the motion, I second.
We have a motion made and seconded to follow the recommendations by the town clerk to appoint the following individuals, Timothy Woodard and Michelle Saborn, as election workers. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Okay, Sandy, we're gonna go back now.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna go back now
Summertime,
to,
summer.
ready? We're gonna go back to approving meeting minutes.
you.
Is that
Thank
okay?
Wait a minute, what happened to the
See you guys.
government structure?
No, we're gonna go back there.
We're gonna go back to all of the things we've not done
Okay,
anything.
so go to the approval minutes.
We're gonna go approval of minutes next, if that's okay with folks. I apologize for all of the craziness, but that was to try to accommodate the people who had shown up for our meetings. So,
So the people that don't know, that actually streamlined this meeting quite well. You know what I mean?
okay, so let's go to our meeting minutes for July 10th, 2026.
Yeah, I move that we approve the meeting minutes of Friday, July 10th. This meeting was held at the Quabbin Visitor Center, which Melanie attended,
Yep.
Select Board member Mark McGinnis attended, and I attended.
And it was ready for release.
It is ready for release.
We have a motion.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to
Second.
approve the July 10th meeting, 2026. Those in favor?
Aye.
July 15, we have a joint meeting with the Barre Finance Committee. And obviously, we were there as a quorum, and we have meeting minutes. Those, looking for a motion?
I move to approve the July 15, 2026 meeting, joint meeting with the Finance Committee.
We have a motion?
Second?
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the joint meeting meeting with the Finance Committee on Wednesday, July 15th, and those would be for public release. We have another one from July 15th, was an executive session by the Selectboard, and this would not be for release. July 15th, 2022, executive session as presented. We look for approval. Would not release. This was with our Labor Council.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
looking at, there's a date up here. No, it's just, what is this?
I don't know.
Because it says 15 over here.
I don't know. No, because there's one that's July 21 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says July 15.
Hold on,
It says July 15 on my route. Okay.
hold on. Maybe I don't have a copy of those minutes.
Well, I have a copy of the 4:30 PM.
I'm missing that, but that's okay.
Okay.
All right,
A
thank
meeting
you.
was called to order at 4:30 by Marshall, and we had Kimberly Roach,
that's
Labor
it.
Council.
Is it stapled to another one? But
It could be.
Okay.
I move that we approve the July 15, 2026 executive session minutes, and they're not for release at this time.
I'll second that.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the July 15th, 2026 executive session.
Well, I
not
have
for
them
release.
electronically.
Those in
Do you
favor?
want the paper?
Aye.
Aye,
I don't
okay.
keep them.
Okay,
Moving along.
thank you.
Okay, and then we have, and by the way, I'm at July 27th, but I know there's a 21st.
July 21st.
I have that.
Okay.
Okay, now, I don't have that. Oh, yes, I do.
Yep.
It's a Melanie one. Looking for a vote to approve the Select Board meeting minutes from Tuesday, July 21st, 2026.
I would move to approve the meeting minutes of July 21st, 2026.
Second?
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the July 21, 2026 meeting minutes. Those in favor?
Aye.
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 We have also two meetings from the 27th, part of an open session, and then an executive session not to release. I seek approval or a motion to approve July 27th, 2026 meeting minutes as presented.
Yep, I move that we approve the July 27, 2:30 Select Board meeting minutes.
And that will be for release. Those in favor?
Aye.
We then have July 27th, 2026 executive session meeting minutes. This would be not for release.
I move that we approve the July 27, 2026 executive session minutes, but they're not for release.
Second?
We have a motion made and seconded to approve but not to release the July 27th executive session meetings. Those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We have August 11th, okay? We have a meeting, and we're seeking approval for those open meeting minutes.
I move that we approve the Tuesday, August 11, 2026, 6 PM meeting minutes. And this was a joint meeting between us and the DPW.
I will second that.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the joint meeting with the DPW on August 11th, 2026 for release. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I would just like to let you all know, you told me you were taking all these time off in the summer, and you wouldn't be meeting. Well, you met on July 10th, the 15th, the 15th, 21st, 27th, August 11th, and August 17th.
Poor Sandy wanted the summer off, and here we are.
So,
I do want to apologize because I realized I meant to do up the minutes from the emergency meeting with the
Yeah.
Water Commission when I got to camp. And then I checked my email and stuff blew up, and then I completely forgot about it. So I will do those for the next meeting.
oh, so I can add another one
Yeah,
to our
yeah.
vacationing meetings. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go so slowly through the rest so I don't miss anything now.
Okay.
Okay? A vote to ratify for the police is, we're passing over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote to sign the state primary warrant. I believe that is a requirement that we need to take care of.
Yeah.
So we just have to say here, the
So-
warrant is as
No,
presented.
I seen it, yeah, I
The
just,
warrant is here as presented.
I move that we accept the warrant for 2026 state primary as presented.
I'll second it.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the warrant for the 2026 state primary sent to us by the town clerk. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and obviously we'll need to sign,
I got them all.
you got them all there?
So-
Okay.
Mm.
Thank the town clerk for her efforts as we get ready for that election. Okay, Government Structure Cost Advisory Committee membership vote. I think that's you, Melanie?
Yeah, so we have myself that will be on the committee. Rich, you're gonna do it,
Yep.
right? Yeah, so Rich will do it. Lori Fender of the Finance Committee is going to be on it. Michael Moran, for a resident, and then who was the other resident?
Mike Wood.
Mike Wood, will also be on it. So our first meeting will be August 31st. I don't remember the time, but it's August 31st.
Well, it looks like she's seeking a membership vote, so we could have a motion to authorize the establishment of the Government Structure and Cost Advisory Committee membership as presented. Have a motion?
Yep, I move that we accept the Government Structure Cost Advisory Committee membership as presented by the town administrator this evening.
I second that.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the structure of the Cost Advisory Committee membership. And those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, easement we took care of, discussion of, okay, moving now to discussion of Quabbin Days 2026, planning begins across the Quabbin region. This is something that I know you went to a meeting on, and I know I get a lot of emails from this group. So I don't know what the plan is there. Is there a plan, or are we just giving heads up?
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I've been reading all those emails too.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we could participate in the planning or just participate on the actual day.
why don't we look into it and report back, I can report back as to what it entails. I don't know what it entails. They do lots of different things.
Yeah.
From face painting to talking
Yeah.
about important things relative to the.
Right, right.
Okay, so let me just look into that a little bit. Got that,
Yeah, and Sandy did provide the email from them
yeah.
about the Quabbin Days that
Yeah.
has examples of what, yeah.
It's just- Okay, so we took care of, okay, the discussion of Quabbin Days of Henshaw, Cullen, Nancy Clark from Spectrum, overview, common recreation, cannabis control, we have that, okay. Personnel, we did that.
Wait a minute. What's this
I'm sorry?
contract we know?
That was supposed to be James and Tim, but they didn't make the
So
packet.
this is a Passover?
Yeah, because we don't have the information in the packet, so.
And then we have,
Special event.
yeah, special events,
Wait.
application by Muddy Kids.
Wait.
Wait. Okay, so Timothy Woodward you appointed.
We did.
Okay, Michelle Segorin.
We did.
Yep.
Okay, I totally missed that one. Who motioned and who?
Mark,
I
I
made
think
the
Mark
motion.
motioned
I
and
made
I
the motion.
second,
Yep.
if I remember
And I
correctly.
didn't do anything but read it. Okay, special events application, Muddy Kids and Muddy Princess, Saturday, September 19th, Sunday, September 20th, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. With setup on Tuesday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Carter Stevens Farm. So this is at Carter Stevens. Is this something that is like
It's the younger,
event of the Spartan kind of
Yes,
thing?
it's
Okay, so this is
younger-
something that they have a lot of stuff they have to sign and do, because this is not only Barry's children, but this would be children
Yeah.
from across the area, correct?
yeah, and there's insurance in there, it's everything in the
Everything?
application.
Well, they're old hands at doing this.
All the
Yeah.
appropriate
Yeah.
departments signed off, and the details, fire and police details are
Yeah.
listed.
Yeah.
Board of Health signed off.
Okay, so we have a motion to
Yeah.
approve?
Yeah, I move to approve the special events application, Muddy Kids and Muddy Princess, Saturday, September 19th, Sunday, September 20th, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Second.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the special events application by Carter Stevens Farm for the special event called Muddy Kids and Muddy Princess on Saturday, September 19th, and Sunday, September 20th. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
To vote. Request to use town property of the town hall.
Circle of Sun.
Okay,
The
Circle of
information is
Sun.
there, they
Now,
have
no,
their
do they understand, is there a
liability
fee?
insurance is attached.
Is there a fee, and they're all
They-
set?
yeah.
They agree to the fee? Okay, the Circle of Song rehearsals, we have all the documentation. They have been in to talk with us, or a
Mhm.
representative to talk with us about the specifics. I would look for a motion.
Well, you,
Wait,
Well, they've done,
Are
they've
we
done
gonna
it.
keep the building open? I mean, I know we've had some talks about heating and budget.
When is this?
Well, it runs through December 19th.
I mean, we can't answer that now.
Mm.
Oh, December
I mean-
19th of this year?
Yeah.
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 I mean, that's something we're
Well, I
gonna
mean,
be
that's,
looking at for next
this
fiscal
is
year.
something that's not so
Yeah.
critical. We wouldn't say, okay, sorry, you can't do
I'm all
it.
for this, but we
Yeah.
had a discussion in the office that we may have to trim down some of the.
Yeah, but we're
Oh, right.
looking at that with the government structure and cost committee,
Okay.
so that's
Okay.
not something we're putting on the table right now.
Okay, very good. I
We still
understand.
have to get Christmas and Barry, we're just waiting for liability insurance.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so, can we have a motion and a vote, please?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I move we authorize Circle of Song for rehearsals on Thursday, September 10th, December 17th, from 7 to 8:30. Concert. Maybe I'm not
Saturday.
reading that right.
Saturday.
Concert's on
Concert Saturday,
Saturday.
December 19th, from 6 to 9.
Second that.
We have a motion made and seconded to approve the request of the Circle of Song for rehearsals and also for a concert on Saturday, December 19th, from 6 to 9 p.m. Those in favor?
Aye.
Looks like that's approved.
Wait,
So I just wanted, it's 25 rehearsals, it looks like, every Thursday night,
Mhm.
starting in September. Just want to be clear about that. It's kind of like hyphenated, September 10th to December 17th, 25 rehearsals and one concert.
Mhm.
yes,
So 25 Thursday nights are going to be there.
for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, hold on, let me make sure I have everything.
All in favor of them.
Rick Degon sent me a text and said he could accommodate the additional meetings to be videoed.
He can.
He only, but we can only broadcast one meeting at a
At a time, yeah.
So
Well, that's-
if, like typical now, if you have a meeting on a Tuesday, there's a Monday holiday, and planning board has a meeting, you won't, one of them will not be, well, obviously, you would be videoed. So,
Right, but this room has availability now.
yes,
I don't know why people wouldn't use it, it's so simple.
That's what I'm saying, like,
Don't-
not setting up the owl, not seeing if it's working on the laptop and all that stuff,
but the
so.
owl would be the backup, I guess.
Yeah.
When there's,
Agreed, I think we need to pursue that.
What's this cheap money?
It is, and if we're gonna have double meetings, like you said, Sandy, like the planning board and select board had to meet the same night, they could use the owl just to get coverage.
Well, it appears to me on a very busy meeting agenda, I thank you all for your patience in moving people around and.
It was a meeting.
It was a little confusing, and my double thanks to our secretary, who had everything organized until we started messing it up. I
well,
appreciate that.
I still don't understand how everybody got all of the meeting minutes except Rich was missing one, because they're all,
It's all right, because you sent us electronic, I mean, I have electronic minutes, you know, I've already read them all.
Well, I would just say, a good effort by all. I think there were many,
Absolutely.
many important items brought to our attention this evening that just tell me that there's not gonna be respite in the fall for this board
No.
or for you.
No, there's no.
I have this feeling that it will be a challenge to get everything we need to get done, and to prepare potentially for a special town meeting, depending on how things shake out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for dates from
Oh, I know,
Ellen
I
still.
know, I know. I mean, there's a lot to have.
I move, we adjourn the select board meeting.
Second that.
We have a motion made and seconded to adjourn, those agreeing.
All right.
Aye.
And you have great